For most Australians of my generation, the devastation of war is familiar only in textbooks. Today, young people walk through life largely untouched by the horrors of military conflict. We can love who we want to love, believe in what we want to believe, and pursue even our most ambitious of dreams. Other than some of our newest Australians who fled conflict and persecution, few among us have ever known a different world order. We have grown up in a nation defined by freedom, democracy, and the rich diversity those values engender. But just for a moment, dwell on the extraordinary anxiety that must have infected our world when entire nations didn't just proclaim these values through rhetoric, but unified around them to fight and bleed and die for the rights of us to live peacefully and free of conflict. Then dwell for a moment on the unimaginable horror that less than a century on from the Second World War, there are those who question not just the merits of fighting for these freedoms, but the very merits of our freedom itself. Today, as in the past, war is being waged far from our shores. And while our geography shelters Australia from the battles of arms, the struggle over values transcends borders. It means that whether we like it or not, we must still participate in a fight, but of a different kind. This is a fight for the centre, where reason, compassion, and enlightenment flourish, where there is a purpose to raising families, educating children, and building community, where, like here in Ryde, safety, harmony, and opportunity is in abundance. The centre demands of us personal responsibility and a constructive dialogue. And in exchange, it offers a society that is free, trusting, and tolerant within sensible limits. These limits don't suppress freedom, they preserve it by guarding against the unreasonable, unchecked, and unhinged masquerading as freedom. And that's what our Anzacs fought for, so that all of us can help honour those sacrifices by fighting for that centre, by distinguishing between those who we disagree with, but who nonetheless love Australia, and those who reject our fundamental way of life. But for communities like ours, this can be a challenge. If you've only ever known peace, the centre I speak of feels rather unremarkable. It's extraordinarily ordinary. It doesn't provoke, it isn't trendy. And that's why it needs us. Because the centre only survives if the centre is where the change makers gather. And that's my message for everybody this morning. Be a change maker in your schools, your sports clubs, your places of worship, and in your own homes. Speak up, volunteer, show kindness, stand up for what is right because it is right, not because it earns applause or reactions online. 100 years ago, what we now consider normal was revolutionary. Centrist societies were never built to sit idle. They must keep evolving, to repel the forces of evil, welcome those who share our values, and empower every Australian, no matter where they come from or how long they've been here, to contribute to and get the most from our shared future. We owe it to our Anzacs and to each other to win this fight, so that 100 years from now, Anzac Day still honours those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the 1940s, and not the young Australians of the 2040s. By being here this morning, you are a change maker for them. You have taken the first step of ensuring that our history remains intact, and the fairest, most sensible and centred values in the world are proclaimed loudly outwards. May the rest of the world learn from us, and may we never forget the sacrifices made for the privilege to gather here together as diverse, numerous and principled as we are on this solemn morning, lest we forget.